Good morning and welcome to the start of day 2 of our trip up to Alice Springs. It is about 4 o'clock in the morning and we have to wake up really early this morning because by noon today we have to cover 600 kilometers, which with the speed limit being around 100k everywhere, that's going to take about 6 or 7 hours with stops. And yeah, we had to get up early for breakfast to make sure that we got the most time on the road so that when we get to Cobra Petty later today, we can actually enjoy it and get some cool stuff done before we actually go to bed and get up for the next day. Like I said, this is going to be a lot of driving because it's 2,000k into the middle of the desert, basically, in the Outback. So for our first early morning stop, we've stopped off the side of the road at Heart Lake, which is a salt lake behind me here. And we were told that this is actually one of the world's largest weapons testing grounds on the other side of the lake and approximately the size of England. But since we're almost in the Outback, there's plenty of free space for them to test weapons.
Switzerland already. Switzerland by breakfast time.
So we're a little under 2/3 of the way to Cobra Petty today, or Cobra Petty, I'm not sure how to pronounce it exactly. And we decided to stop at this little roadhouse here and get some coffee for the day. Well, for the morning to wake everybody else up. It's only 9 o'clock-ish and we've already traveled pretty long ways this morning.
We've gone to Switzerland already.
And also, if you didn't notice, we were trying to dodge deer, kangaroos, and sheep this morning because there was no fences to fence off the road. They just get to run wild. So I normally don't drink coffee, but this is number 2 of the morning.
You look to the left-hand side of the road coming up here. You see an aircraft sign. This aircraft sign is indicating that the road ahead is used as a Royal Flying Doctor's airstrip. So along the Stuart Highway there's a couple of these strips down this area. So what happens is the aircraft would fly over the area, radio down to us on our radio that we use to order our coffee with, tell us that they were going to land and can we block the road off. So we'd park at the end of the airstrip, blocking the road off from traffic. There'd be a truck at the other end blocking the road off up there. We'd drop Derek off to the aircraft. They'd take him away, look after him, throw him out, and we'd continue on driving. So it's a really good charity to donate to, especially if you're travelling in lots of wide open spaces such as this. Symbol of Cobra Petty, it is an industrial strength vacuum cleaner on the back of a truck.
So we've officially made it to our destination today, Cobra Petty, which is the opal capital of Australia. There's a ton of opal mines around here. I believe they said there's 4 million opal shafts that they've dug out over the years. And we're going to stay in this little underground bunkhouse next to an opal mine. So we're going to do a tour today, do a kangaroo orphanage as well a little later, and maybe even go noodling for our own opals in the community opal pit. But first we got to get lunch and get into the bunkhouse behind me Sunscreen, check. Meal, check. And we've got all of our bags in our room, so we're going to head to the opal mine now.
one, of course, some of you will have noticed more than others, you know, that it's actually a very low ceiling. And the simple reason is that people made that with their hands. Of course, they had picks and shovels, and that was it. You will have noticed how nice and cool it is in here. 21 to 24 degrees all year round. So even if it's 53 degrees out there on a hot summer's day, or if it's a coolish 13 degrees maximum during winter, which we think is freezing. Have you noticed as well? No flies. They don't like the dark, they don't like the cool. Now this, of course, is completely different, created by the tunneling machine. So how do we do this? First thing to know is that a dugout can only be constructed or dug into the hill or the ridge. Okay, we need the height. Another very important fact, between dugouts there has to be a particular buffer zone, because you don't want to be, you know, digging too close to your neighbor. Look, I'm going to switch the light on. Experience of a lifetime. I know tonight you're going to be sleeping underground, but I want to show you there will be light sources during the evening and during the night. So I want to show you what it's like on a bright sunny day, what it's like inside a dugout for real. Okay, so that this is a real mine. It's not the mine that was created for the tour. Okay, so it is mine, and it started off here, 1928, the first shaft. He's been there for 89 years for old Bruce. Yeah.
So the opal mine is pretty cool, but buying opals is a little rich for our blood. Some are around $6,000, others are a little bit cheaper, but man, yeah, some of this opal is actually really expensive, but it's beautiful. These two pieces of opal are worth For the second part of today, and possibly the most anticipated part of the trip today, we are going to the kangaroo sanctuary, and more specifically, baby kangaroo sanctuary, so everybody's pretty excited.
Later on we'll bring out the babies. Thank you guys.
Minma, you're not a bird, you're a kangaroo. Stop eating the bird seed. Minma. Kangaroo. Hello, Ralph. Are you there, Ralph? Waggy, waggy. Good time. Oh, there you are, Ralph. Hello. Oh, you asleep, little man? Oh, you're a bit of a sleepyhead. Oh, yes, the mouse going. You sense there's food coming, don't you? There you go. Oh, good boy, good boy. So this is little Ralph, and Ralph's just gone 6 months of age. That'll do, won't it, Ralph, eh? Now, have you wet your bed, mate? Have you disgraced yourself? Oh. You don't appear to be wet.
Come to Denmark?
Okay, Ralph. Whoops. There's a book in your pouch, Ralph. You need to put in there. Good boy. Oh, it's a bit scary out, isn't it? A bit terrifying. Oh, Ralph, in you go. Quick, for Oh, Ralph. Yeah, exactly. around about 9 or 10 months of age, they can punch the kangaroo.
So that lid you saw us all signing earlier was for the milk formula because all wildlife here in Australia is lactose intolerant and it helps buy the milk for the babies. So we did some donations in the tin can there that will go to supply more milk for the little cub we just saw. Do you call them little cubs? I don't know what you call them. Baby kangaroos? Joeys, there we go. Joeys is the word. That's the one. Also, they have a hobby here of boxing because they have the boxing thing out there for kangaroos. I don't know, it's weird. So I've been told this formation under me right here is worth $250,000 because it is all fossilized opal shells, which is pretty incredible. Now, since we have some free time between the kangaroo orphanage and supper time, we are going to explore the city a little bit. It is about 38 degrees, which is getting close to 100 Fahrenheit, and we're just kind of walking around in the streets of Coober Pedy, which is a city of underground houses, so you don't really see much on the surface. Everybody kind of lives underground because it's a lot cooler here. Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention, we just got lost and are backtracking to find the opal mine that we can noodle ourselves. They call it noodling, I guess, which is completely different in the States.
Oh my God.
A few of us abandoned our effort to find the opal mine earlier and came back to camp, and now we're going out for pizza. I think there's only 1 or 2 pizza places in town, but we're going out for pizza tonight. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, everybody loves pizza. Hi, we're sitting now here on the table and we're waiting for the pizza and we have a lot of fun together. Bye bye.
So as she said, we had a great time today, and we've got a lot of people here for pizza, as you can see. We gotta wait a little bit. We're all a little bit hungry, and you can tell everybody's starting to get a little bit too anxious for the pizza. Thank you for watching this video about my experience in Coober Pedy. My goal is to inspire others to get out and explore more. Please subscribe to my channel if you think I deserve it, and check out my content from over 30 countries. Previous video links are on the left. All of my social media is below. Be sure to follow me on Instagram and stay tuned on YouTube for new adventures every week. Thanks again, and never stop adventuring.